Hello everyone, this is Stephanie. Welcome to another video. So today we're going to do the Summer Daze earrings, and the Summer Daze earring is an offshoot of the Dizzy Daisy MiniDuo earrings, ankle bracelet, necklace set that I had started and posted on YouTube, and so this is sort of a continuation of that design. There will be a ring coming and a necklace, which I'm still working on, but let's start with the earring. All right, so let's take a look at this. So here it is, and it's made with mini duos, and we've got the little daisy component here, and then we've got a loop around the bottom and some drops. So here it is in the silver, and then I changed up a little bit and I did it without the pearl. So you don't even need a pearl at the top. You can do it very simply. It's just the little drops and 11/0 seed beads, some 15/0 seed beads. What I did here at the top is I took a wire protector and I embellished it with some seed beads because they're just plain ugly without them. So, I was just sitting there and I thought, okay, let's see what we can do to this wire protector to make it a little prettier. So that worked out. And in one way, it really works out well because it makes it strong and the thread doesn't come out. So, all right, so that's that one. I did with this one, I'm really into the ballet colors right now, the blacks and pinks, loving it. And what I did is I just added a few more mini duos here, and I used rondelles and some seed beads on the outside, just to change it up a little bit, and it made a longer earring, which I love. So it's so versatile. You can make it so many different ways. So look at the difference. Here it is, with just the mini duos, and here it is with adding a few more. It looks like a completely different earring. I mean, and depending on where you put your colors, really makes it look different. And then I got a question on Facebook, not a question, but a viewer had commented that she only has SuperDuos, so I made it with SuperDuos. So you don't need the mini duos. In fact, the super duos, they're so easy to make with the super duos, and they're not even heavy. I'm just using a few less beads to give it that, so it's not so heavy, and it works great. So you can use mini duos, super duos, you can use rondelles on the outside, you can use these little drops on the outside. I'm sure bicones would fit. So this is versatile. You can do so many, you can really change it up and make it your own just by changing the number of beads you put on. See? So anyway, that's it, and I hope you're going to enjoy this because it was so much fun to make, and it's so fast, which is great. So let's get a materials list going right away. So we're going to make the mate to this one because I love this one and I want to wear it. So you're going to need some super duos. I'm doing it in super duos because I'm thinking that most of you have super duos and maybe you don't have mini duos, but it works either way. Just change the number, play with the number you're using. I will put the number of mini duos that you will need in the description box. For one earring with super duos, I think I have 28 super duos here. So we're talking one earring, so double everything. All right. You're going to need one pearl, double it, you'll need two. You're going to need a number of drops, depending on how many super duos you put on around. I think I have 11 around. So I'm using, I think I have 9, 3, 6, 8, 3.4 millimeter Miyuki drop fringe beads. You'll need some 11/0 seed beads, and I'm using, I don't remember, the dark nickel silver. You'll need some 15/0 seed beads, and I'm using silver plated. I think everything will be in the description box. You'll need an ear wire or two. I'm using that one. And you'll need some wire protectors. Now, it doesn't really matter what size wire protector you use. You're just going to vary the number. If you want to do it this way, you're going to vary the number of beads you put on it. And that will, and I'll pull in on this so you can see it. So this one I think there are 9 15/0s around this wire protector. This is I think it's a 4 or a 5 millimeter wire protector. You can use a smaller one. You just put less beads around it. All right, so I need a couple of those. I'm just giving you for one, so don't forget to double it. You're going to need some, I'm using Wildfire beading thread. Let me pull out now. Okay, I'm using Wildfire, and I think if you're going to use Fireline, use at least 8 pound. I don't think 6 is not going to work as well. You need a sturdy, a wider diameter thread so that the earring, you want the earring to be rigid, at least somewhat. You don't want it to flop. I mean, it's like a door knocker, so it's going to do this, but you want this part to stay, relatively tight so that it doesn't flop around. You want it to be firm. So 8-pound Fireline, if you're a Fireline user, or Wildfire, 0.15 millimeters, 006. That works just fine. I'm using a size 11 beading needle. You could probably use a 10. All right, let's see. Anything else? No, I think that's it. Anything I forgot, I'll put in the description box below the video. All right, so gather up your materials and we'll get started making the Summer Daze earring. Okay, we're back. So I've threaded a needle with about an arm span of Fireline or Wildfire. I put on a stop bead. I think I forgot to tell you to add a stop bead. So get a stop bead. Leave about an 8-inch tail because you want to use that tail to embellish your wire protector and attach your loop. All right, so so I'm going to give you amounts for using SuperDuos and MiniDuos. So put on 8 SuperDuos, and if you're doing the MiniDuos, put on 10. Okay, put that into a circle. Come through all your beads again. Just like that. Just going to pull out a teeny bit because my focus is flashing a little bit. Okay, so just come all the way around. Come past your tail thread. So I'm coming up to my tail thread now. I'm going to go 2 past my tail thread. 1, 2. Okay. This is what you have. So we want to add on our pearl now. So here's my tail thread. Here, and my thread is coming out of the bottom hole of the SuperDuo. Pick up your pearl. And a good way to figure out where to put the pearl, other than counting how many SuperDuos to go over. So if you want to count, you're coming out of the second SuperDuo. I'm going to try to pull a little more. I don't know why my camera's complaining. Just put your pearl in and lay it over like that. It will pop itself into place. But if you're concerned about it, just go 2 this way and come through the bottom hole of that SuperDuo and come around. And that will place your pearl on right in the center so it sits nicely. Just like that. And don't worry about if there's thread showing or space. This little unit is going to sort of cup a little bit, so when we pull the other thread, it will all tighten up, so don't worry about it. All right, so then come around a little bit. So come through this, you're going through the same holes, and I want you to keep your tail thread up at the top, just like this, because we want to situate our connector, this little bead right here. All right, so come around. So I want you to get sort of centered beneath where your tail thread is coming out. So here, okay, so then go around. So if we're counting, the tail thread is coming out here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so then just come through the 5th bead, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come through the top of that 5th SuperDuo. And don't worry about if it's not perfect. If it isn't perfect, we can move this thread, this top thread, over one in either direction, or a couple. But this way, I'm trying to keep you centered. Pick up a SuperDuo. Make sure your holes are clear. And just come through the top hole of the next SuperDuo. And that's just going to place your connector on, so we can connect the bottom, this bottom unit. We can start making this bottom unit. All right. So here we go. So now pick up an 11-0, and I want you to come through the top hole of every SuperDuo. Just come around. just like that. Just keep coming around. And like I said, don't worry about it. It looks like it's not going to fit. This is going to end up being sort of cupped, so you will pull it in. But that can happen later. There. Come through one more. And the top hole of the connector, just like that. And see what happens when I pull it, it sort of cups. Alright, so if it comes apart, don't worry about it. So then just, you're coming out of the top hole of the connector, come through the bottom hole of the connector. And then I want you to add on a number of 11-Os and SuperDuos. Okay, so if you're doing the SuperDuos, we're going to put on one 11-O and one SuperDuo, and we're going to do that until we have 10 SuperDuos on and one extra seed bead. Okay, so we'll do that together. And if you're doing the MiniDuos, you're going to put on 13 MiniDuos with 14 seed beads. So you'll have a seed bead, a MiniDuo, a seed bead, a MiniDuo, seed bead, SuperDuo, seed bead, SuperDuo, and you'll have one extra seed bead at the end. So we'll do it with the SuperDuos just to show you, so I can show you, so I don't confuse you. Okay, seed bead, SuperDuo, that's one. Seed bead, SuperDuo, that's two. Seed bead, SuperDuo, that's, and I've got a blocked one there, 3. Seed bead, SuperDuo, that's 4. Seed bead, SuperDuo, 5. Seed bead, SuperDuo, 6. Seed bead, SuperDuo, that's 7. Seed bead, SuperDuo, that's 8. Seed bead, SuperDuo, 9. Seed bead, SuperDuo, that's 10. But then I want you to add on one extra seed bead. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One extra seed bead. The reason we're doing that is because we want a seed bead on either side of that connector. See? All right, and then just come through. Just like that. So remember, if you're doing 10 SuperDuos and 13 MiniDuos, but you have an extra seed bead at the end. So you have 14 seed beads and 11 seed beads. All right, so we've come through the connector, the bottom hole of the connector, come through the top hole just of the connector, sort of reversing direction there. Come through like that. And pull. That's what you have. All right, then I want you to take 2 seed beads, 11-Os. Okay. Come through the top hole of the next SuperDuo, and I think I have a clogged one. Let's see if I can get through. Ah, I got through. Okay, don't let that happen. Check yours. Okay, so we have 2 seed beads coming through the top. Now I just want to check my, okay, we're good. I wanted to check my the MiniDuos. You still want to put 2 11-Os right there. Okay, so this is where it's going to change a little bit with the SuperDuo and MiniDuo again. So with the SuperDuos, I want you to take 1 SuperDuo and go through each, actually we're not going to change, we're going to do the same for both, each top hole of each SuperDuo here. Okay, so just pull that through. So go all the way around. It's going to change on the next row. So go all the way around, and then when you get to the top, the last one here, you're going to put on 2 11-Os to match this side. Okay, so we'll do that together. So go ahead and come around with all your SuperDuos or MiniDuos, and then meet me at the top, and we'll start on the next round together. Okay, see you. Okay. So now we've come down to the last, put on the last SuperDuo, and then pick up 2 11-Os. It's the same for both. And come through the top hole of the connector. Just like that. So you're just duplicating the other side. Just like that. Alright? Then I want you to come through the 2 11-Os. So just keep going around. So come through the 2 11-Os, and then I want you to reinforce everything all the way around. So you're coming through the 2 11-Os and all the SuperDuos. Okay, so, and don't pull too tight. If you pull really tight, it will cup. I mean, that's a look, but this is not what I want to do. I want to just, you know, it's one way of doing it, but you can, I want to keep it relatively flat, just because that's the way I want to make the earring. So I'm just holding it like this, and I'm not pulling super tight. I'm just fitting everything in. I'm just reinforcing at this point. So come all the way around. Just like that. Keeping, like I said, I'm keeping it rather loose at the moment. Just enough so everybody's sitting next to each other. Okay, so here I am. I'm coming through the last hole of that last SuperDuo right there. Now this is where you want to be a little careful. So don't pull it too tight. Just get it so it's just, you know, maybe even slightly cupping, but not much. You don't want to cup up too much. At this point, I'm going to tie a half hitch knot right here. To me, it just makes sense to put one there because you're stopping that round. So whatever you pull on the next round, it's not going to pull the previous round. And then I'm just going to come through the top hole of that SuperDuo. All right. So this is what we have. So this is exactly what it should look like at this point. All right. So we're going to change a little bit now for the MiniDuo. So for the MiniDuo, you want to pick up a 15-0. I'm just going to show it to you. A drop, same size drop, and a 15-0. Just like this, and you're going to go through the next SuperDuo, and you're going to do that all, the next MiniDuo, and you're going to do that all the way around. For the SuperDuos, you're going to pick up an 11-0, a SuperDuo, an 11-0, coming out of the top hole of this SuperDuo, go through the next one. Oops, I'm sorry, I didn't pick up my drop, I picked up a SuperDuo. Okay, so it's 11-0. Drop, 11-0. There we go. Just like that. And you do that all the way around. 11-0, drop, 11-0, come around. So do that all the way around. And when you meet me at the end, and we'll finish this earring up. How's that for fast? Okay, see you in a few. Okay, so I've put on all my SuperDuos, my drops, and my 11-Os, and I've come out of the last SuperDuo here. I just want you to come back through the bottom hole. Here's the top hole, and I want you to reinforce all the way around. And that's just going to tighten everybody up. Watch your tension. You don't want to rack it out, but you want to make it so that the bottom doesn't flop around. And if you're, you just watch your tension, and that will happen just like that. All right, so meet me at the end. So just reinforce until the end. Meet me at the end, and we'll tie this off, and we'll start the wire protector. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, so we're back. So I came around, and I just reinforced everything, and then I tied a few half-hitch knots. I got a little carried away and did it without you, but I figured you can do that. So this is how it looks. Came out good. All right, so take off your stop bead, get your earring wire ready, get your wire protector ready, and a few 15-Os, a couple 11-Os. All right, so we're taking the stop bead off, and if you'll notice, you're coming out of the bottom hole of a SuperDuo. So I want you to go through the next SuperDuo. My goal is to get to the top hole and out this seed bead here that's directly across from the connector, just so it's even. So I'm coming through this So if you have to move your thread over a little, that's fine. So come through the top SuperDuo or MiniDuo and then out of that seed bead right there. Okay, so here we go. So what I'm going to do with my wire protector is I'm going to squeeze it a little bit. And I'm going to take, I'm taking my wire protector, I'm going to take my flat nose pliers, I'm just going to pop it together a little bit. Don't go crazy because you can squash these things like in a second. Okay, so if you're making the SuperDuo version, pick up an 11/0 and go through one side of the wire protector. If you are doing the MiniDuo version, pick up a 15/0 and go through the first side of your wire protector. Okay, so I'm using an 11/0 because I'm doing the SuperDuo version. So you see it just places a seed bead beneath that, the edge of the wire protector. Okay, pick up 9 15/0s. Okay, now that number may change depending on the size, the millimeter of your wire protector. 9 fits this 5mm wire protector. I think this is a 5mm. Let's see if it fits. Yes. See what happens? It just fits perfectly right around the wire protector. Then pick up your 11/0 and go back through. Actually, it's this way. Just like that. See? Go back through this little seed bead here. So that places a seed bead, your wire protector, all the little embellishment here, 15/0 embellishment, and another seed bead, and then go back up and reinforce. Just like this. Don't get caught. Just come down. Come through the wire protector again and the 11/0. Give that a nice pull. And then come through the 11/0 between the SuperDuos, just like that. And that's good. You can do it again. It's nice and tight. I mean, it makes it nice and firm. So if you want to do it again, if you can fit through, do it again. But I'm going to go through I'm going to go around my unit now, just to tighten everybody up. So you can come around and you can tie some half hitch knots here. All right, so just come around. Tie a couple of half hitch knots. This, now you want to pull your SuperDuos in so that it cups a little bit, or it curves a little bit. So I'm coming through. See, after all that sewing through that connector, there's still room in there. Okay, come around. Get it. Half hitch knot. You do some more half hitch knots that I'm doing. Come around. Come around. Okay, so that's that's just about what you're going to do there. So what next? We're just going to put on an earring hook, and then we're going to be done. Here, let me actually come through a couple more because I think I'm going to wear these tonight. Try to get my hubby to take me out for a salad. Oops, don't get caught. So how cool is that? You decide you're going out for a salad or for dinner or whatever, and you just take out 20 minutes to make an earring. Ah, there's my phone. Okay, let me catch that and I'll be right back. Okay, phone answered. So here's my earring hook. I've opened it up. This is one of those earring hooks that open in the back. I kind of like them. They're kind of cool. Put it on. Close it up, just like that. And you've got a pair of earrings. So here they are. Cool, huh? I mean, like I said, if you want to go out to dinner and you need a pair of earrings, just sit down and make them. All right, so here they all are. I love this color. I think it's the coolest. All right. This one, as I said, I'm loving the black and pink. Just add some more mini duos or super duos. You can change the look of it very easily. All right, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm working on the necklace. This is if you did the ankle bracelet or the other necklace that, you know, you can turn the ankle bracelet into a necklace. This is, I'm working on this. I'm going to change it a little bit, maybe. So it's not ready yet. The ring is coming up. I know I had a request for the ring. I will get this up really fast. This is very fast and very simple. So we'll get this up quickly. And I hope you really enjoyed this. I hope you make them and post them on Facebook. If you do craft fairs, I mean, easy for a craft fair. All right. Okay, so take care. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.